The Opie and Anthony program. Of course, the great Doug Stanhope is hanging with us today. Opie is out sick.
Yes.
And Frank Lucas is making his way into the studio.
Yes. There he is.
How are you?
How you doing, Frank?
Bring the mic over here. It's where Frank wants to sit.
Okay.
We're
Frank
just gonna...
Lucas. How are you, sir?
I'm all right.
I'm Anthony.
All right.
That's Jimmy.
Thank you.
That's Doug.
Yeah,
How are you,
yo.
sir?
Good,
That's
good, good.
Danny.
I know when I'm on the radio.
Oh, you're on right now?
Oh, you're
my
on.
God. Y'all didn't do that to me.
We don't wait. We get right to business, right?
Okay, yes.
That's how it works. So how you doing today,
Is that
all right?
volume okay?
I'm fine.
So it's funny, because there's a book out now that you have. It's called...
It'll be here in a few minutes.
Okay, yeah,
Oh,
normally
good.
we get it the day before so we can kind of go over it and get some facts. And
Yeah, it'll be here in a few minutes. She bring the... Miss Clark will bring the book up.
Okay.
No, that's
it's
good.
called The Real Life Story, Original Gangster, The Real Life Story of America's most notorious, one of America's most notorious drug lords. It's in bookstores, and there's a signing tonight at 6 p.m., Borders at Penn Plaza, which is where I signed. So it's right by Penn Plaza. You can meet Frank on your way home.
Right by Madison Square Garden, right?
Yeah, it's on the way out where the trains are, so a lot of people commute that way.
Yeah.
How is it being a celebrity now? I mean, your life is a little different now than it used to be.
Well, no, it was better before because I had all the money. I ain't got
It was better before the money.
Yeah, but with the money, it's always better.
Wow. Yeah, but did you...
And I'm very remorseful about that too. That's a bad thing I did. It's not good.
You have regret about it?
I sure do, big time.
What-
That's why I'm talking to kids all over the country now.
What do you tell them when they? Because again, the money. It's hard to say no to that kind of money.
Well, who the hell wants to stop making $1 million a day? You know, that's kind of hard to do. But hey, you know what? It was a bad thing that I did, and for that I'm sorry. But it's nothing. There ain't nothing I can do now.
Back in those days, were there moments where you would realize, like, wow, this is a really dangerous thing that I'm dealing, and feel bad about it, or did it not bother you at all?
Always. I always know it was a dangerous thing. I always know that, but...
Would you feel guilty then or no?
No, but now I do. Now
Really?
I do.
What kept you from feeling any kind of remorse back then? Because obviously you were in a business where people were dying.
Yeah, I couldn't go to Wall Street and get a job mopping up the toilets.
Yeah.
I wanted some money. I had to do something. So I started that, and it seemed to pay all good, and I went on from there.
What got you into that? Like, you know, you're from the South, and what exactly happened that kind of sparked you into that life?
When I was about 6 years old, I guess you could call them the Klan. The rednecks come to our house, and took my first cousin out on the porch and tied his arms up and shoved the shotgun in, and took the butt of the shotgun, hit him in the mouth with it, took all their teeth out, took ropes and tied around their hand, and shoved the shotgun, double-barrel shotgun into his mouth, and pulled both barrels simultaneous.
Whoa.
His face looked all right, but you put a watermelon in the back of his head.
So they blew the back of his head out. How old was he?
13.
Wow.
You know what they got him for? Reckless eyeballing.
Reckless eyeballing.
Oh, yeah.
He looked at a white girl walking down the street.
Oh, boy. That'll do it.
So
Yeah.
they came and they knew you were watching, or you were kind of watching from a window, or you were sitting...
I ran when they shot him. I ran around the house, out the back side, and ran around the house. No, peeping around the corner.
So you see something like that, I guess, when you're 6, and the message here is that it's like, look, I've seen somebody get shot already. I guess it's a little easier.
Man, it's fucked up. What I'm gonna tell you, it's messed up. My mind ain't got right yet.
Wow. Yeah.
I still see it in my dreams. I see it all the time.
Are you someone? Would you consider yourself? I mean, $1 million a day operation in what was that, like 1969, 1970, in those days?
You got it right back then.
Would you consider yourself? Were you a ruthless guy in that business? I mean, I guess you had to be.
Anybody in that business tell you not ruthless, they lying. They have to be, because you got to get paid. You know, it's okay to respect somebody, but when they fear you, that's when you get paid. That's when you get paid, when they fear you.
And they were afraid of you.
Well, I said fear you. I said fear you. I guess you could say scared of me, yeah.
How did American Gangster portray you? Like Denzel, I thought was tremendous in that. Do you feel like he did at least an accurate job of playing you as a man?
Played it to the T. He played it to the T. He did it. He did just what I did. He did it, and a lot he didn't do because I didn't tell him about it. A lot he didn't do.
There were things there that you kind of wanted to keep secret. I mean, is it statute of limitations, things that don't run out that you kind of wanted to?
You got plenty of statute of limitations don't run out. If I tell you everything, I'd probably be in jail for the rest of my life.
What the interesting thing about you too is that you were a rare case. Is that you were kind of a quiet guy on that level. You weren't a flashy guy.
No.
Did instinct tell you not to be that way?
Yeah, absolutely. I made a mistake when I went to the Muhammad Ali boxing match and wore that chinchilla coat and the matching hat and all that kind of stuff. I got flashy one time in my life, and that was the bad thing to do.
And that was 1971 or something?
Whenever Muhammad Ali and the Joe Frazier fight was, that's when it was.
So it's an interesting story because you were there. They said you had better seats than Sinatra. You had better seats than Dustin Hoffman. You had better seats than I think you said.
I had better seats than anybody.
And nobody knew who you were? Like the cops didn't know who you were?
They know that night.
Yeah.
They found out that night. Yeah, they did.
What inspired you to spend $100,000 on a jacket in 1970? Which is how much the jacket cost? A $25,000 hat.
Yeah. $25,000. I had $100,000 for the coat.
Wow. What caused you to...
Yeah, but I can tell you, that goes back to the fight he had in Atlanta. The guys from California, we come down there casual dress, going to a fight, coming casual dress. Them guys had them main coats, smoking the pipes, and big diamond rings and all that, I don't know if they were diamonds or not. Get a diamond that big cost you price of a Rolls Royce probably. But they had that on, and they was kind of giggling at us. I said, bring your ass to New York. I'll show you.
So you felt like you were being laughed at by other guys in there?
No, they were laughing, not the whole New York crowd. They were sneaking about. Yeah, the whole everybody from New York. So nobody come down there. Everybody come down there. That's the fight. But the guy from California, not that way. They came all decked out.
So when you're standing there with a $100,000 coat, and Ali and Frazier are both kind of stopping and greeting you on the way into the ring,
they did that. They shook my hand. Joe Frazier just like dude. Ali shook my hand, and Joe come by and give me a big hug and all that. So that made the cops notice. I don't know why, but they did.
Well, probably because, that would definitely be noticeable, That's certainly noticeable. Yeah. And it's something you kind of said you've regretted.
Yes, I do. I regret that night, and I regret what I did. It wasn't a good thing to do.
Nicky Barnes was the guy that, like, I grew up. I'm 41, so I remember, I guess, 20 years ago, I'd hear about these legendary drug dealers in New York. And Nicky Barnes was the guy you heard about. Well, he's like in jail for life now, isn't he?
Yeah. No, he's not in jail no more.
Is he out?
Yeah, he's been
I didn't even know that.
He's been out for about 2 years now, 3 years now.
That's called research that I didn't do.
Yeah.
But he did a lot more time than you did.
Yes, he did. Now, you want to know, I guess you're getting to the question. The question is, did you see the movie?
I did see the movie, yeah.
Did you see what the cops did to me? They took like $2 million a week from me one time. They were taking from me.
Ooh,
baby facing them.
Shaking you down?
Shaking me down. They give me a key and asked me to sell it for them. And all that bullshit, But what I did was, they got mad because I had an apartment over here in the house and one in the Regents. I had a penthouse in both of them, Regent. And I go there and I'd hide out from them. When they saw me, they got mad and they locked me up. They locked me up, and that's when the ball started rolling. They told on me. Of course I got them back.
So wait, the cops were taking at one point $2 million
a week. That's about $6 million, more than that, about $8 million a month or something like that. They're taking half of my pay.
How do you distribute that much, and to bring in that much money? How do you have you would need an army of people on the streets selling, wouldn't you?
Man, I had an army.
Yeah?
Yeah, I did.
How many people did you have working for you at one point?
I had one guy working for me. One guy. A guy named Doc working for me. Doc Holliday working for me. That's all I had. I didn't know nobody else. Didn't see nobody else. Didn't know nothing about nobody else. He took it from there and right on down the line.
So how did you know that you weren't being stolen from when you're kind of just dealing with one guy?
No. I had a friend named, her name was Red Top. She did the cutting and everything. She passed it out, and she gave me the numbers, and I know what I'm supposed to have.
Now you were really smart because guys usually buy drugs and they're cut. But what gave you the inspiration to go to Vietnam and just get it yourself from the source?
Well, Bill Butel and Roger Grimsley. I don't know if you remember
the news guys. Sure.
Yeah, they used to come in there. Good evening, here now is the news. That's what he would say, and You talking about Vietnam, how the guys were getting high over there and how plentiful the drug was over there and all that. I took notice. I said, hell, I mustn't get some over there, you know.